I think at this point, if you ask any LV collector, they will tell you that the Marc Jacobs era is peak LV, and at this point, we might as well just hire him back after all. Now, I was kind of excited when I first heard about the announcement. If you haven't heard, the big news on the street is LV is re-releasing the denim collection January 1st of 2024. After the excitement kind of subsided, I thought this was super weird for two reasons. But before we dive in, hey guys, my name's Caleb. I post lifestyle and luxury related content every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. If that's something you're into, hit subscribe down below. Consider joining the membership. We have a really fun place over in the Safe Space Discord. Super engaged community, extra perks, access, whatnot. But today we're going to dive in to my thoughts on the upcoming LV denim collection. Now, as I was saying, I thought this was super weird for two reasons. Reason number one being, you know, it's 2023. We had this huge resurgence. I was a victim to that resurgence of Y2K era fashion. Looking back, I've been collecting LV for 15 years at this point, 16 years, gosh, time flies. In my mind, peak LV, like I was saying, is the Marc Jacobs era. The Marc Jacobs era, we saw lots of great artist collabs. We saw Multicolor with the Takashi Murakami collections. We saw Suhali, which is like peak pinnacle LV in my opinion. And it's just kind of weird that as the Y2K trend is winding down, why are they giving us this re-release of denim now? Like, why for 2024? The other reason why this is kind of weird is the denim. The denim fad is kind of dying down too. Like, we saw a huge burst over at Coach. LV has tried with a few different denims recently and they weren't that great. So why now are we digging up these old LV collections and regurgitating what we've already bought just 20 years before? So today I'm going to break down a handful, if you will, of the new drops. And then I want to switch gears and take a look at the original collection from Fashionphile, which, when I tell you these prices, can literally be bought for a quarter of what the new bags are selling for. I'm not even kidding. First up, and what is probably, in my opinion, the flagship for this collection is the Louis Vuitton Sunset, which is basically just a ripoff of the original Pleaty bag. You know, they've updated it a little bit. They swapped one Marc Jacobs buckle for another. And on the strap, they've also added studs around the edges, which kind of gives it like a multicolor feel, which is kind of a vibe. I'm not gonna lie, of the entire collection, this is probably gonna be my favorite piece. However, hold on to your seats, prepare to be shocked. This is a denim bag. The original collection was denim and vachetta, so is the new collection. The interior lining on the new bags are vachetta rather than that mustard Alcantara, which just kind of degrades and flakes over time. However, the price point for this bag is $3,100 USD for a denim bag. If that tells you anything, that's how the rest of this video is going to go. These prices, I mean, move over Phoebe Philo. These prices are just as reaching as that $8,500 tote over at Phoebe Philo. It's like, we're reaching a little bit. Like, reel it in, please. Please. Now, next up, we see another regurgitated bag from the LV archives. This is one of my personal favorites. This is the Croissant MM. It's photographed with this cute little mini croissant hanging off of it, which, knowing LV, is probably a separate bag altogether. We know how they love to do that. However, this bag, super cute. We've seen it in monogram before. Like, this was an LV staple in like the 90s, early 2000s, I think it was still around. But we really haven't seen them do much with the silhouette in quite a while, so I'm kind of excited to see this brought back. However, again, the price point, I'm glad you asked. Love that about you. Stay curious. If you thought the Sunset was a little much, this one, $4,500. And we're not even at the most expensive piece yet. Now, moving through, they did announce quite a few small accessories, which we're going to cover towards the end of this list, because I want to focus on the bags first, because just like the bags, the price points on the SLGs do not disappoint. Now, up next, we have the backpack. So the backpack, which is now the Venice, was originally called the Sac-a-Dos during the original Marc Jacobs era. And of the two, I think, again, I'm going to say it, the original is better than the re-release, because with the original, you had the flap closure, which was held closed with like a strap and buckle situation, which again, not the most convenient, but LV loved their buckles once upon a time. And you have the smaller buckles on the front pockets. Now, the new bag is reimagined with the massive koala clip, much like my Maryland back here. And those things are prone to color loss, scratching. That backpack's just gonna fall forward. The best part is the price, you guys. You too can have a denim backpack from LV for $4,500. I mean, who are they selling these things to? A backpack made of denim for $4,500. I'm just gonna let that sink in. That's half of a pre-owned Birkin, if you will. It's a little crazy. And then another bag that they reimagined that I wish they hadn't, they redid the bum bag, which is now called the high rise. This brings me to my next point. Like, I get it. LV is known for travel. It's known for luggage. I mean, that's its history after all. But why does everything need a luggage tag? It's a little annoying at this point. So they take the bum bag, which is the high rise, slapped a luggage tag on the front, and priced it at $38.50 for a bum bag. I didn't know we were still wearing bum bags. I didn't know we were still into denim. I didn't know we were still into Y2K, and I didn't know we were still wearing bum bags. 2024 is going to be a really mixed bag, I think, next year. No shade. If you wear your bum bags, awesome. Good for you. I love that for you. They just didn't work for me. But $38.50 for a bum bag? Are you kidding me? Now, the original version I loved. Oh my gosh, if I can get my hands on that one and it would work for me, that would be a Vibe 100 because it's a beautiful rectangular shape. It's got a really cool belt to it. Again, you've got like the little push lock on the front. Like it is a gorgeous bag. And I think you can find them pre-owned at this point for under 2K as opposed to nearly 4K, which is a very insane amount for a bum bag. I'm gonna move on because I am blown away that a bum bag could cost nearly $4 grand. It's rumored that we're also gonna see the Kusan, we're gonna see the on-the-go totes, we're gonna see this, we're gonna see that. I think in total there might be about 10 handbags. We do have 2 hard side cases coming. We have the Port Valise and the Coffret 24. Again, the Port Valise comes with the luggage tag because I mean, after all, it is hard-sided luggage, so I will admit that deserves a luggage tag. The Coffret 24 though, that is probably, I'm gonna say it, my favorite part of this collection, but again, how the handbags are priced, I can only imagine that this will be like a 5-figure little tiny cute desktop accessory, so take that with a grain of salt. I don't have prices on those yet, but I'll update my description as prices come out. Now, moving on to SLGs, which are equally ridiculously priced, we have the clay, the pochette clay, which, as you all know, is like the cute little key pouch for LV. I remember back in my day, these were only $150. After a price increase, they jumped up to $160. Those were the days. They are far behind us. Now, I'm gonna gripe real quick. The only way that they've updated this LV key clay from the original version in like 2006 is the addition of that Vachetta little like flap on the front, which is marked LV Paris. Unless that is glued or somehow fastened to the back of the pochette, that's gonna curl. Like that little LV Vachetta piece is just gonna curl. Like the vintage pull tabs on the LV zippers back in the day, like they just curl after a while. So that's not gonna look real cute in a few years, not gonna lie. Save space. If you're curious, if you're thinking like, oh, that's gonna be like what, $250, $300, you'd be wrong because it is $655 for a key clay. That's more than I paid for my monogram Speedy 40 back in 2007. That's all I have to say about that. Now, we also see 2 long wallets coming out. I have my Suhali long zippy wallet back here. We're gonna see that again in the denim. Again, I don't have prices or photos for that. However, the zippy coin purse, the cute little ZCP as we all know it, will come out priced at $800. Yep. Mic drop. Just a couple of years ago, I paid $675, I think, for my Bratza wallet, which has 16 card slots, 3 bill slots, a zippered slot, and is a huge wallet. I paid less than this zippy coin purse for $800. Now listen guys, I love LV just as much as the next person. I've been collecting it for a very long time. I just think that the house is at a point where they're kind of running out of ideas. I just don't know, like, longevity wise, I don't think these are going to be a good investment. Like, I don't think LV is holding their value as much as they used to. Like, don't get me wrong, 5, 6, 7 years ago, any bag with a monogram splashed across it, you are probably guaranteed to make back what you paid for it. But I don't think 3, 4 years time, anyone's going to be paying you $3,500 for your denim sunset bag from the 2024 denim re-release. I just don't see the value there, or the investment, if you will. So with that in mind, I've picked 5 of my favorite pieces from Fashionphile in case you wanted to save several $1,000s. Whoops, guys. Okay, so I said I was gonna do 5, but I found a 6th one, which was just too good not to share. So it's gonna be 6 bags, so buckle up. First up, we have the Denim Cabby GM, and this bag, you guys, is beautiful. It is flawless. It can go on the shoulder, it can go handheld. Best of all, it's priced at only $11.50 right now over on Fashionphile. All these are going to be linked down below, by the way. I have been rewatching the Beverly Hills Housewives season 1. I'm starting from the beginning, and there is so much good peak Marc Jacobs era LV on the first season. You have all the Suhali over on Taylor. And then in the most recent episode I was watching, Adrian Malouf had the mini Lynn version of this Cabby bag. And the way that it drapes on the body, it's huge. It's a GM. It is going to be a really good bag. A lot of bang for your buck, especially now, you know, with denim being re-released, with big bags coming back into fashion. Maybe pick this one up before the new drop and you're going to save a ton of money. Now, next up, and I was really surprised, they didn't do a Speedy, like a full-size Speedy. Of course, we're going to get another Nano. We needed another Nano, but they didn't do a full-size Speedy for the re-release. So if you want to capture some of that original LV peak goodness, and the Speedy was my favorite from this collection, by the way, this Speedy could be yours for only $13.15 over on Fashionphile right now, which is a far cry from the $4,000 that we were seeing with the new re-release. Again, our price is going to jump up on the older Y2K versions with the re-release. I don't know, so probably my tip to you is buy now. Now, the Speedy might have been my favorite, but I think the most popular bag from this collection, with the general public just gauging my memories from the purse forum, was the Pleaty bag. Now, this one is super cute. It could be yours for $1,420. Top handle, cuteness, it's pleated, hence the name Pleaty. It's a good bag. Now, to that end, the mini Pleaty was also super popular. This is the one that you saw in all the It Girls. It came in greens, pinks, the shades of blue. Gorgeous bag. Now, this one's priced a little bit more, and I think that this is a direct result from the re-release having been announced in the new Sunset bag, which is basically just the mini Pleaty redone. This one's a little bit higher in price, currently at $19.90, but still a lot better than $38.50. Now, when it comes to the backpack, if you don't want to spend $4,500, which I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, hello, that's it's kind of weird of you. Totally kidding. But if you didn't want to spend $4,500, maybe look at the denim Sac-a-Dos from the original collection. This one over on Fashionphile is currently priced at just over $2,000. And with that $2,500 savings, you could almost afford to buy a couple of wallets. Just totally kidding. Now, last but not least, now this is the bum bag that I really like. So the high rise is replacing this. This is the original bum bag. Again, check the interiors on a lot of these because that Alcantara lining from this era is prone to degrading, pilling, falling apart, turning into sawdust. So make sure to check out the listings before you buy any of these. But this is the most expensive one in our list because, again, much to my chagrin, bum bags are still very popular. I can't wear them, but maybe you can. This could be yours for $23.40. Again, the highest price bag on my Fashionphile list, but it pales in comparison in price to the new stuff, which I cannot get over. Who is pricing these things? Now, before I film this, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't being a grump about it because, I mean, Y2K era LV is kind of like my peak era. I love it so much. So I just wanted to kind of gauge it through the lens of other people. So I asked my Discord, the safe space. A lot of them came through and were like, meh, meh, meh. That does kind of wrap it up. Like, this collection is meh. And then as I dove in and found out the prices, I was like, no, I am good. Count me out. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Are you excited for the re-release? Are you going to be buying some of the pre-owned bags? Or are you just over denim in general? Like, it's 2024. I've had my denim fill, not gonna lie. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me today. Until next time, stay safe, have fun. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.